Hello and welcome to my video blog, and today on A.Vogel Talks Menopause I'm going to talk about 3 more surprising symptoms of the menopause. And it's amazing how many ladies come to me with symptoms that have just suddenly appeared and they seem maybe very strange or very unusual, and they're wondering whether these can be attributed to the menopause. And very often they can be one way or another. So number 1 is bad breath, and this is a horrible one because it's just, puts us in a difficult situation when we're talking to other people, especially if we're aware that we have got bad breath. What happens is really quite simple. As your estrogen falls, this can affect the hydration of all the mucous membranes in the body, and that will include the mouth. Your saliva has a very certain level, a pH level, if you like, and that helps to keep your mouth clean and healthy. So if your mouth starts to dry out, then the saliva decreases, which then allows unfriendly bacteria to get into the mouth. They can start breeding in between the gums and the teeth, because very often your gums can start to recede in the menopause as well, and this can cause further problems. And that can then set up the bad breath. We also know that the liver gets really stressed in the menopause too, and there does seem to be a link between digestion and bad breath as well. So if you're having other digestive problems and you've got bad breath as well, then it might be an idea just to try and sort the digestive problems, and that might sort things out for you a little bit. Main thing to do, go and see your dentist, make sure you get regular checkups. You can get blocked saliva ducts as well, so it may not necessarily be attributed to the menopause, so it's always good to double check this particular side of it as well. Make sure you sip water regularly. Obviously brush your teeth well. If you're getting a sore mouth as well, then maybe look for more natural toothpaste. A lot of the toothpaste that you buy over the counter, they're absolutely chock-a-block full of chemicals, and these will not help your mouth either. So go for ones that tend not to have sodium lauryl sulfates and other sort of nasties in them, and that in itself can sometimes make quite a big difference. The other thing that you can try, especially if your mouth is getting a bit dry, is a supplement called Buckthorn Oil, and this is known to work on all mucous membranes dryness. So this can help with your eyes, vaginal dryness, and dry skin too. So it's a nice all-round supplement to take. Try and avoid a lot of sugary foods because they will feed the bacteria, and also try to avoid sugary drinks and caffeine as well. A little bit difficult, but the main thing here, see the dentist and make sure you're drinking plenty of water. The second surprising symptom is that you feel thirsty all the time. But to be honest, especially if you're getting hot flushes and night sweats, this should not be surprising at all, because what happens when your estrogen starts to fall, this can interfere with your body's water balance. It affects the water controlling hormones, and you can end up generally dehydrated. So you may not know that you're dehydrated, but your body is literally crying out for water. Now, if you're watching this real time, it's July, and here in the UK we've had an extremely hot summer. Even here up in Scotland we're loving the hot weather, but this will make you extra dehydrated, and that can affect your thirst. So you can find yourself getting a lot more thirsty, or realizing you're thirsty when you've never really noticed it before. For those of you who are already drinking plenty of water, and well done for that, this extra heat can dehydrate you further, so you may need to up your water even a little bit more. It's surprising. I mean, I try and drink plenty of water every day, but even I'm drinking a little bit more because I'm getting that little bit extra thirsty during the day. The other thing you can look at is to not drink dehydrating drinks. So that would be things like your caffeine, again, your fizzy drinks and fruit juices as well. Look at your diet too. You could be increasing water-rich foods. So that would be things like cucumber, your melons, your berries, celery, all your salad leaves, because these are foods that are naturally high in water. So making sure you have plenty in your daily diet can help towards keeping yourself lovely and hydrated. You can watch your salt level as well. Too much salt can put your dehydration levels up. So make sure that you're keeping your salt to a minimum. If hot flushes and sweats are an issue, you've got the sage tablets, and that can help in some small way too. The only really important thing with this is if you are feeling thirsty all the time, if you find that you're having to run to the toilet an awful lot, if you're drinking a lot as well, this whole package can indicate other health issues such as diabetes. So it's really important that you get this one checked out by your doctor as soon as you can, just to maybe rule it out. Number 3 is nosebleeds. And we've had quite a few ladies with this particular problem. Again, all that's happening here in most instances is that the falling estrogen is affecting the mucous membranes of the nose. It's drying the nose out, and your nasal membranes, if you like, are getting thinner. So the nasal passages are getting more brittle, so you can end up with nosebleeds. The skin is also getting more sensitive. So again, in the summer just now, this year we've had a really very bad hay fever season, and a lot of women are finding that they're maybe getting hay fever for the first time. But all the pollen and the dust and the pollution can all irritate the nasal membranes, and that can then trigger nosebleeds as well. So look at things like Buckthorn Oil is a lovely one to help with that as well. If you are getting things like hay fever, if you're finding it particularly bad, if you're doing a lot of sneezing, then we have our Polinisan hay fever tablets. If your nose is generally just feeling very sort of dry and sore, we've got the Sinoforce extra soothing nose spray, try and say that. So that these are things that you can try just to ease things whilst the weather is still really hot and dry. You make sure about your medications. Some medications might cause nosebleeds, and it's amazing how many people don't actually read the patient information leaflet that's in with their medication. So if you're getting any strange symptoms at all and you're on prescribed medication, then just make sure that you read the patient information leaflet in case it's associated with that. You can also do some steaming. Some people find that helps the mucous membranes and to calm everything down. So that's a nice one. You can try maybe in the evening. The other thing too, if you're getting a lot of nosebleeds, is to double check with your doctor and ask to get your blood pressure taken, because it can be a sign that your blood pressure has risen. And blood pressure rising is a really common symptom in the menopause, and it's one of these ones that it has hidden symptoms. A lot of women don't realise they've got high blood pressure until something serious happens. So any little sign like nosebleeds, just ask to get your blood pressure checked as well. So as you can see, there's a number of surprising symptoms in the menopause. If any of you have any other symptoms that you're not sure whether they're menopause related or not, please do ask. Have a good week, and in this hot weather, remember to drink loads and loads of water, and I'll see you again next week for another edition of A.Vogel Talks Menopause.